Hi, guys. Welcome to A Court of Heaven and Hell, our new Mass Verse podcast, where we're going to jump into the worlds of Sarah J. Maas. We're so excited to be here with you guys. I'm Lauren. This is my co host,
I'm Ellie. I'm also Hell.
and I'm Heaven, if you haven't figured it out yet. They're kind of a representation of us and our personalities, and it's kind of been our thing for a while now. So we thought, what better way than to name our podcast kind of after our little nicknames for each other? A little bit about ourselves. I'm 30. I am super into Marvel, Star Wars, Game of Thrones until the last season there, all that kind of fantasy, sci-fi stuff. That's kind of how me and Ellie met, how we bonded, and yeah, Ellie.
Hi. Y'all, by the way, we're nervous, so bear with us. I really hate public speaking, and this is giving me the same vibe, but one day
Yeah.
I will get used to this. But anyway, yes, I'm Ellie. I'm 27. Um, I'm a Libra, if anyone cares.
We care.
Um, oh my
I'm a
gosh.
Capricorn.
Yes. Anytime someone asks me to talk about myself, I'm like, I don't know. What do I like to do? I like to read, obviously. I like to play video games a lot. I like to do pole and I like to snuggle my cats.
Yes,
Um,
period.
yes, and Lauren's actually the one who got me into ACOTAR. That was my first introduction to Sarah J. Maas. And ever since then, I have been reading all the time. I am obsessed with fantasy romance. I love it. And I am so glad that she told me to read this fucking book. Sorry, y'all, we're going to be cussing. But
Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, let me go ahead and put this in here now. We are an adult podcast with adult themes and adult topics. We will be cursing and doing all the adult things, so please, be aware of that. Also, there will be minor spoilers in this episode for any kind of Sarah J. Maas SJM content, but also possibly other fantasy romance series or other books. So just keep that in mind and bear with us. If you haven't finished the Massverse, go read that, come back, join us when you're done. We cannot wait for you to join with us and love these books as much as we do. Yeah, so Ellie and I have known each other for about 6 years. We met each other at work. We've been best of friends ever since. We have a lot of the same hobbies, a lot of the same interests. It's obviously top of the line being Sarah J. Maas right now. We're obsessed. We can't get over it. Also, Fourth Wing.
yes.
These are a gift from Ellie, and I love them. So yeah, so we are so excited to share our love of this series and this, kind of world with you guys. And we would love for you guys to join us, follow us on our socials. We are at A Court of Heaven and Hell on Instagram, TikTok. Eventually, we will be coming up with some other platforms and, really some things that are going to help create just this little community. We're so excited to be here and share this with you guys. So, yeah, but a little bit about kind of like how I got into reading. I know Ellie said that I introduced her to ACOTAR. I was a big reader as a little youth, Harry Potter, obsessed, all of those Pretty Little Liar books and all of that kind of stuff. Twilight, the main obsession of my high school years, still kind of obsessed, low key, not ashamed about it, don't care.
We're
Sorry if you're
Team
not a
Edward,
fan.
by the
Team
way.
Edward all day, all day, every day. If you're not Team Edward, we still love you, but come over to the dark side.
Yes.
Uh, Edward basically walked so all of our favorite male main characters could run at this point.
That
So,
is very true.
so we are not ashamed to say that we are obsessed, but that's okay. This isn't a Twilight podcast. This is the Sarah Jane Vass podcast. So, um, yeah, I kind of gotten out of reading after I graduated and, didn't have as much time and found it harder to find content that I was kind of interested in. But then during the pandemic, obviously, I found myself with a lot of time on my hands and I had been reading some contemporary romances here and there. Smut reader, love it, not ashamed about it. So when I found ACOTAR, I was kind of like, this has a little bit of spice, a little bit of fantasy. Let me check it out and just see how I feel about it. And once I picked it up, I couldn't put it down. I read through all of ACOTAR, and then obviously I jumped into her other series. I dragged Ellie along with me. I was like, you're gonna read this book with me. I know I had to tell her a little bit about our boy Ryzen. Or, I'm sorry, I say Ryzand. I know it's
Yes.
pronounced Ryzand.
Oh my God, y'all. We do have to say we will pronounce certain names technically not the right way, but it is Rysand. It's rice. I cannot read this book and see Reese. It just doesn't work for me.
It's not how our brain processes stuff. I mean,
I'm
I've read the
sorry.
audio. We've listened to the audiobooks at this point, so we do know the correct pronunciation of all of his
Yes,
names. But he's always going to be our boy Risey.
it's
So
fine.
if you hear us say Rise or Manon or any other incorrect
So-
names, we're so sorry, but it's just the way that it is.
yes,
Please
yes.
bear with us. We respect that that's not the way, but it's
Yeah.
our way.
Trying
So
to think of, is there anyone else that we mispronounce? I don't think there is.
off the top of my head, I don't think so. I
Yeah, I don't
think
think either. I mean, yeah,
so, but
I don't know.
those are the two big ones because I'm absolutely obsessed with Ryzen and with Manon. So, and I know it's Manon and Rezan, but you know,
Not in my world.
not in our little brains. So it's okay. But yeah, so basically that's how we found ACOTAR. We've, loved it ever since, to the point where it's kind of a personality trait at
Yes,
this point. Like we're obsessed.
yep, it is who we are. It is all we talk about. If you work with us, you know, it's all we talk about, y'all. We will be at work literally screaming theories, and people are like, what the hell are these bitches talking about?
Literally, but a lot of
Don't
times they're
worry
really
about it.
curious. They're really curious, and we have
Yeah.
we have a
It's
good time.
sometimes we
So
do actually meet people that know what we're talking about, and we're like,
like, be
wow,
our
hi.
friends. Be our friends. So yes, please come be our friends. Join us. When our love is this much, or in our love of this. So just come, join, listen. We're here for all the good stuff. Let's see. So just kind of going forward a little bit of like kind of how we're going to structure things. We're gonna start with Crescent City. This is technically the last series that we both read, I think. Did you read CC first
Wait,
before Throne of Glass?
no, no, no. I read my order was Akatar, Throne of Glass, and then Crescent City.
Me too. Me too. So technically, this is the last series that we started with, but we felt like it was the perfect series to start with because, first off, it's the shortest series, so it's kind of easy for us to get into. The third book obviously is coming out at the end of January, and we could not be more excited about it. So
Yeah. We're not okay either. I'm so scared. If you know, you know what the hell we're talking about. I don't
yeah,
know what to expect. I mean,
yeah.
honestly, I will say we do have amazing theories. So y'all should check
Oh,
out. We're gonna be making a Crescent City 3 theories video before the third one comes out. And I
mhm.
think we are on to some stuff. Like I really think we might have figured it out. And I'm really excited to talk about it. Okay.
Yeah, the theories episode is going to be insane. So bear with us. Come join us. I know this episode is a little pieced together. We have no idea what we're doing, but we just
Literally.
we just want to share our freaking love of this stuff with you guys. So, like I said, bear with us and the theories episode will be worth it. Also, once Crescent City 3 comes out, we will be posting, about it. We will do a little spoiler-free episode, but then we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about it, what this could mean for the future other series. Like I said, another spoiler, if you haven't read all of the series, sign out now. But how it's going to tie into ACOTAR and other connections, possibly Throne of Glass. I would die if they didn't
I
find this.
Okay, I can't say anything because we're trying to be like not very spoiler, but I will die if
Yes.
certain people somehow are in this. Okay.
Yeah. So like I said, obviously, hopefully if you are worried about spoilers, you're not still here, but we're so excited about that. So stay tuned. Keep your eye out for our theories episode. We will be doing a little breakdown of the first two books before that episode comes out, just as a refresher, just in case, there's little minor details that you may have forgotten or that you need kind of like just a little refresher because there's a lot that happens in those books, especially the second book that leads up to what's going to happen and kind of the situation we're at now. So I think this would be a good time to just kind of jump into as far as Sarah J. Maas goes. Who's your favorite characters, Ellie?
Oh, okay, y'all. Okay. Okay, maybe let's do like our favorite characters of like each series.
Okay.
I mean, I might have to think about a few. Okay, I will say my favorite series by Sarah J. Maas is ACOTAR. Crescent City is literally right there with it. Crescent City was so good. I don't get why a lot of people didn't like it as much. Um, Controversial, I know, but Throne of Glass wasn't my favorite. I know a lot of people loved it. I think when I reread it, I might like it a little bit more. I didn't dislike it, but the middle of it kind of lost me a little bit.
Yeah, I could see that.
But
I
there
mean,
were
yeah.
some characters in it that definitely made it for me. Um, I would, oh my God, I'm gonna get shit for this, but
It's
I
okay.
think my favorite male character,
I'm surprised you even have to
oh,
think about this.
I do. Well, because I'm blanking because I'm doing this and I'm like, okay, I don't know. Because there are a few when I think about it. Like I do really like Dorian.
Yeah.
I do like Lorcan. I know, like,
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Shadow Daddies.
he's morally gray, I know, but it's fine.
I think a lot of people like Lorcan. I don't
Okay,
think you're
like,
alone in that one.
yeah. I think that's
Oh, you haven't even said your number one major man crush.
well, not this is Throne of Glass. I was talking about
Okay,
Throne of
okay,
Glass.
okay, okay. Got you. I was like
Yeah.
confused for a second.
My y'all, when I tell you I'm in love with this man, it's like I talked to never mind. I was gonna say I talked to my therapist about it because
Nothing wrong with that.
y'all, fictional men just why don't they exist?
They
Okay.
do it better.
Um but okay, I'm a Cassian girl. I'm a Cassian girl for life. That I don't know what it is about him, but I love him. I just love him. Like I just love that he is super muscular. He's super tall. I am a sucker for men with like any type of long hair. And he's like a warrior and his siphons are red. I love red. And he is like such a tough person, but he's like such a jokester and like he's really cute with my other favorite character.
Yep.
I am a Nesta girl, okay? Also extremely controversial, but I love this bitch. I love her, okay? Her character growth was one of the best growths I've ever seen written down. And her story just really just connected with me, and I love her. Oh, okay.
Yes,
I
yes.
love her, y'all. I love her so much. Like, me and Lauren have gotten into debates.
We really have. We really have because let's be real here. The fact of the matter is, I could not stand Nesta for the first four books.
Yeah,
She has grown on me quite a bit. She definitely, like you said, the uh, Silver Flames really gave her that just in depth, understanding that I really needed to kind of come around to the kind of character that she is. And, there's a lot to be said for the fact that, Sarah J. Maas didn't really think she was going to be around for long. So she kind of
that's
wrote this
true.
character in a way that was highly unlikable. Me as the oldest in a family of quite a few siblings, I was like, I cannot get behind this Nesta lady, but by the end of Silver Flames, she really has grown on me, and just seeing her development and seeing her and Cassian together, like I love that for them. I love their journey. I love the Valkyries,
Oh my
and kind of their
God.
friendship and just that whole storyline. So, and I also love that Nesta, even though she's definitely done some things that are highly unlikable and she has some questionable views on some things in some of the earlier books, I definitely think that she is a badass female who is not afraid to speak her mind, not afraid to stand up for herself, and I will never be upset at that. So, um,
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely understand and
Yeah,
appreciate Ellie's love.
yeah, I think the last book kind of solidified. I mean, I know I see a lot of people still hating on her online,
Yeah,
but I just think like I don't know. I just think there's people who are gonna love her, people are gonna hate her. But I think in the last book, I'm not gonna say what happens. I think a lot of people did grow to like her because of like what she sacrificed for someone. And like a lot of people are like, oh, like she might have been doing all this like out of love, but not really the best at showing it.
yeah,
But I don't know. No, I love her. But
yeah.
anyway,
We are definitely going to dive into that when we get to
we will.
our talk
Houses,
about Court of Silver
house.
Flames. You'll kind of get to see just exactly what we're talking about if you haven't gotten there
Yeah.
yet. So
Um,
definitely stay tuned for that.
I mean, I have a lot of favorite characters, like going back to that. I'm blanking, but for Crescent City, I mean, I love Rune.
Mm-hmm.
Again,
Mm-hmm.
any man with long dark hair, I'm like,
Yeah, I feel
and
that.
I mean, knowing, what he looks like at the end of the book, it makes sense. It makes
Just
sense of why I like him. But
saying. You know.
um,
Uh
but yeah, okay, Lauren, you go with your favorites.
All right. I think for me, it is a little bit of an easier lockdown. I would definitely say Lorcan is my favorite main character. Throne of
Yay!
Glass. Yes. I mean, Grumpy and Sunshine. Um,
Yes.
any man that's going to cut up his shirt to make sure that his lady is taken care of in any way, shape, form is going to be high on my list. Yeah, I'm not necessarily a Rowan girly like a lot of, people are, and that's okay. I'm here for the Rowan girlies, but that's just not my guy. I'm happy that, he's there for Aelin, but Lorcan's definitely my guy when it comes to Throne of Glass. I do like Dorian too, and Dorian is with my girl, Manon. I love Manon, Manon, Blackbeard, whatever you want to call her. That is my girl. I love her. So yes, you will get to hear just how much and how she comes into the story and all of that. I have an appreciation for Aelin, but when it comes to Throne of Glass, like I'm here for the Manon chapters. So as far as that goes, we get to Akatar, and I'm a little bit more, I would say, uh questioning there. I think without a doubt, I would say Feyre is my Akatar girl. I will say on my reread of Akatar, I don't have any issues with Feyre. I just don't know if I like her as much as I did the first time that I was reading it. Rysand or Rhysand is my, you know, love him. He is in a little bit of hot water with me right now due to the events of the last novel, but that's okay.
It's
He
okay.
has plenty of chances to redeem himself.
I think he will redeem himself.
I think he will too. And like I said, I don't, it is tough because, the last book is not from Feyre's perspective. So it's the first book that we get kind of from somebody who doesn't necessarily love Rhysand, opinion. So I do have to take that with a grain of salt that everything that they're saying is from a perspective of somebody who doesn't necessarily like him. But, I think we can all agree that the decision he made in the last book probably wasn't the best one. And for somebody who was so empowering of Feyre and, wanting her to take ownership and control of her own life to kind of take a decision out of her hands, I have mixed feelings about that. So that's okay because now we get to my favorite couple in all of SJM. Bryce and Hunt. I love them. They are my number one SJM couple right now. Bryce is just so like she has overcome so much. You know, I loved her friendship with Danica. I just respect the hell out of it. Like the way that she dealt with such trauma and loss in her life, her sassiness, her just all around badassness, the way that she, you know, avenged her friends, just everything about Bryce. I love her so much. I have so much respect for her. I cannot wait to see where her journey is leading in this next book. Now that she's, you know, kind of where she's at and she's who she's with, I just cannot wait to see where, you know, these things go. And as far as Hunt, it's kind of the same thing. It's just he's overcome so much trauma. He's a literal badass. He's so strong, like his, you know, abilities and just like, you know, what he is. He's the shadow of death, the Umbra Mortis, but he's also just this big softy who really cares and loves Bryce and is willing to do almost anything for her. Like, I love these characters so much. That's why it's hard for me when people talk about Crescent City being their least favorite because it's just like, I don't know, I ate that shit up with a spoon.
Me
Like,
too.
I love
Y'all,
Crescent City.
I read this book in like 3 days.
Yeah.
I loved it. But also, I wanted to say something really quick about
Mhm.
Hunt. You know who he reminds me of?
Ooh,
Cassian.
just saying.
Just saying. Wink, wink. Okay, if y'all aren't watching video, I just did a terrible wink. But you know, you never, y'all, I don't know what's gonna happen, but we will talk more about this in our theories video because there's so much we have to say and we're trying
Yeah.
not to. I can tell we're trying not
Yeah,
to.
we're trying to like beat around the bush by like
But
saying what we are feeling, but not really giving anything away. But trust me, we will get into it in our theories video, so don't y'all worry about that. So yeah, so uh the reason I think I've said, I'm not sure if this is a reiteration, like I said, I don't really know what we're doing at this point, but the reason we've decided to start with Crescent City is because the new book is coming out. So we're so excited about that. Stay tuned. Recaps are coming, then our theories video, and then the time will be upon us and we will be feral and we will be just talking and not knowing what the fuck we're talking about, but also like just going for it and so excited. So please join us for that. Um, yeah, like I said, you guys can find us on Instagram, TikTok, eventually YouTube. Are we going to be in anywhere you find podcasts, I'm assuming is
yeah, it probably will take us some time to be on a lot of the major podcast platforms. So if you have a particular one that you really like, you can comment on our Instagram or on our TikTok to let us know and we will add it. Right now we will be on Spotify. I think we will be on Podbean, but other ones we still have to kind of get
work out.
together. Yeah, this is, by the way, y'all, we came up with this idea like 2, 3 weeks ago. So like
Yeah,
this shit is
seriously.
very new. So bear with
Yeah.
us. But I really think that this podcast is gonna be one of the best podcasts out there for like books because I mean, even after we finish talking about all of the Sarah J. Maas books, which we will be doing every single one, we might dip our toe in some other fantasy romance books. So if you have any recommendations for your favorite fantasy romance series that you want to cover us in the future, let us know. We do have a lot of books on our to be read. So we're always looking to add more though, because we eat this shit up. Like
Yes.
I love this shit, y'all, and I know you do too. So
Yeah, it's
it's
like
so
really like it's an
fun.
obsession with us. Like our partners, our friends, our coworkers, they all know how obsessed we are. It's kind of
Yeah.
just I'm not even ashamed about it. We
I'm
just
not
like I could
either.
talk about
I
this shit
love
for
this shit.
hours. So that's
Same. We do.
podcast.
That's why we started this podcast because we talk about this shit for fucking hours. We're like, we might as well record it.
Literally. No,
Someone will
literally.
like this. Like,
Right. So sorry if our energy is a little bit chaotic, but that's just, you know, how our conversations go in real life. It's just kind of like
no,
how we're here for
literally.
it. We're just here to
We,
fangirl the fuck out of this stuff.
yeah, no, we're really into this. So,
Yeah. So like she said, send us anything on your recommendations list. We are here for all of it. We do love the spice. We do love the spice, but it does not have to be spicy. Any kind of
True.
fantasy romance, send it our way. We are more than happy to check it out after we're done with all of our Sarah J. Maas rereads. Then we will be looking for stuff to dive into next. So please send it our way. And we do hope to expand one day and start talking about this stuff. And like I said, share this, this love of books and this genre with you guys. So send it in, join us, comment, follow, all the things. What was I going to say? What is your next to be read series necessarily?
Okay, so well, I will say we are, trying to crack down on rereading ACOTAR and Crescent City. I literally have a month left to finish the last two books of ACOTAR, then I have to reread Crescent City. But I will say I have already started rereading Crescent City because I've been needing to. So that's what I'm
Mhm.
doing right now. Obviously Crescent City 3 will be my next read, which I will read that in a day.
I will stop everything to read that,
I am
including sleep.
off. Yes, I'm not like I need to know what happens.
We're not okay about this, you guys.
And we will have an episode out after the release, hopefully in a few days, because we are literally taking time off work to read this book and make a episode. So if you're freaking out and you need something to listen to about what the hell just happened, we will have it ready.
We'll be here for you guys, and we're so excited about it.
But so my next books outside of the Mass verse, I am in the middle of From Blood and Ash, which is taking me a minute. Okay, it's taking me a minute. It's not my favorite. I am trying my best, but it's fine. I will get back to it when I get back to it. But right now, I would like to read Divine Rivals and the
Okay.
second book that just came out, which by the way, Lauren got me for Christmas.
Nice. Period.
Um, and also she got me A Touch of Darkness, which I have been wanting to read. Which is like a Hades Persephone book, which also reminds me of some other people in the ACOTAR book, but we'll talk about that
Check
another
out the
time.
theories video.
And we keep being like, y'all check out our theories video, but I promise you it's coming. We just are trying so hard not to talk.
I know, I know. It's like so many connections that we're just trying to
Sorry,
agree
y'all.
on yet. So we can share that with you guys when the time is right. Okay, awesome. I think for me, pretty much I'm pretty close to the same thing. Divine Rivals is next on my
Mhm.
list. Ruthless Vows just came out. So I already have Divine Rivals, but I will be diving into that after this. I think if I'm not mistaken, it's a little bit of like a fantasy war romance kind of thing. So I
I'm
cannot wait to
down.
get into that. Yeah, exactly. And then I also from Ellie for Christmas got Light Lark and Nightbane. So those are also next on my list as well. I'm going to
Oh,
be checking out both of
yeah.
those as soon as I'm done with my Crescent City ACOTAR Throne of Glass reread, which I'm about halfway through ACOTAR and I'm about halfway through the first Crescent City book right now. So I'll be finished with that very soon. I only have a couple hundred pages left. So, um, but yeah, I'm super excited about those. Like I said, maybe one day we will be able to join in and talk about those kinds of things on the podcast as well. Yeah. So a little bit for you guys coming forward. I think we're going to be trying to post new episodes on Tuesdays. Our well, this episode posted on a Tuesday, but that'll kind of be our schedule going forward. Like
Mhm.
Ellie said, the once CC3 drops, we will be getting our episode for that out as soon as possible, regardless of the day. We're just too excited to wait. We might try to do a little spoiler-free episode the first time, but then after that, all bets are off. We are going to be
Yeah.
talking about it because, I mean, that's what we're here for.
Yeah. I mean, I will say, like, never mind. Okay. Well, I think, like, even doing spoiler free for Crescent City 3 might be kind of hard.
I think we'll figure it out
We'll
because
figure it out.
we'll get
We
our
will give,
opinion.
okay, we will do, like, if we liked it or not.
Yeah, exactly. We'll give our opinions and kind
Like the
of.
pace, the
Mhm.
characters. We won't say what characters, but we'll say how we felt, our emotions. And then we will be like, all right.
And then after that, it's bets
Yeah.
off. Like seriously, we're gonna because we can't we can't contain ourselves. I'm already feral and it hasn't even come out yet.
Same.
So join us for that. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. Do you have anything else to add, Ellie, for our first little intro
No,
episode here?
I don't think so. Just make sure you'll follow us on TikTok and Instagram. It really helps us get ourselves out there. But yeah, just stay tuned. We'll be posting some more updates on there as well. And yeah, again, let us know what platforms you'd like to see our podcast on, and we will start working on that as well.
Yeah, perfect. And like she said, following us on our socials helps us a lot, but also reviewing and rating our podcast here on YouTube, liking, commenting, subscribing, all of that is going to help us grow so that way this community could be the biggest, best community in the Bookstagram, Book Talk world, BookTube, all of that stuff. We really, really are excited to join this. We've already been part of this community for a while now, but like being on the other side of it and, kind of running this for you guys, we're just so excited to create this little family. So follow us, join us, like us, rate us, all the good things. Yeah. And I think we kind of have, a little Sarah J. Maas quote that we want to end our podcast on. For all of you guys out there still listening, we just want to say, don't let the hard days win.
Period. All right.
Eh.
Bye, y'all. Thanks
Bye,
for
guys.
joining.
See you next time. Bye.